Hey everybody, it's Lance with the Ride with Lance, and today I've got the Nomad 2 out here, and I'm going to put some FlatOut tire sealant in it. Now this didn't come with any tire sealant, so before I go out there and get a flat, I'm going to go ahead and put some FlatOut in. I'm using the Sportsman edition. This is the one I like, and I know I made a video about using FlatOut maybe a year or so ago, but I thought I'd do an update video with maybe a few more tips and tricks for you to help you do this. But the only thing you really need for this is, of course, the FlatOut, a core puller, and some paper towel in case you make a mess. But let's get right into it, okay? Okay, so this is your first tip. If you've never used FlatOut before, you don't unscrew the big cap. The big cap, if you unscrew it, it just opens up to the whole bag and it's a gooey mess. So there is a big tube that runs through here. So you take off the lid, you slide it out like that, and it'll come out to about maybe here, and then you pull that cap off. And this tube is what you're going to put on the valve stem, and then you're going to push it in, and then you're going to squeeze the stuff into the tube. But let's get it on the bike and let's do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the valve stem off. Let all the air out and prepare it for the FlatOut. So you're going to take the tool in here and just screw it out, and then you're going to hear it hiss. Just be careful not to let this thing go flying out. And that right here is what you're taking out. Now don't lose this, set it aside somewhere where it will stay clean. All right, now it is ready for the FlatOut. So we're going to go ahead and, let me scoot this back a little here so you can see. Now we're going to pull this out all the way, and we're going to take that lid off. Okay, now this bag here, for a fat tire, 26-inch fat tire bike, half a bag for each tire. So one bag is good for 2 tires. So let's get it connected. Let me get this back a little closer so you can get a little better view. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to push this on to the valve stem like that. Get it on there nice and snug. Then you're going to turn the bag over, and I do it with the valve stem here, so when I put it in, everything goes down to the bottom, and it doesn't build up with the valve stem down at the bottom and then make a problem. So now we're just going to start squeezing. Don't squeeze too hard. You might come to some positions where it won't move anymore. It's just because some of the strands they have in the FlatOut mixture kind of get clogged and stuck. So what you do, if it won't go, just pull it back off. See? This is why I say have a paper towel handy to do that. Put it on there. We'll give it a little squeeze to make sure that, yep, see, it's ready to go. We'll put it back on. And we'll go again. Okay, so it's still something is clogging it, which is good. This is the stuff you want. This is the stuff that will clog holes. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get a tiny like little Allen wrench and push the stuff through because it's stuck in the valve stem. All right, so I've got me a little Allen wrench, something that will fit in there, and I'm just going to do this. Poke it through. I can feel it. There was something there. Poke it through, right? And then we're going to reinsert the tube and just keep going. Now on the back of this, you can see right here, it tells you how much you're putting in. So we're going to go to half for the rear tube and then half for the front. So let's keep going. Stop and see how much we put in. What do we got here? We are, yep, looks like we've got enough in the back tire where we put half a bag in. Okay, so let's pull that off. Let's clean her up a little before we put the valve core back in. Don't worry about if you drip some on your rim, this stuff just cleans up. Okay, so we'll get that all nice in there, nice and clean. And we'll get our valve stem and our valve tool back. What you do is just put it in here, insert it, and tighten her up. Make it really snug. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is put air in it. All right, so now we're ready to pump it up with air. I've got an electronic air pump. And I've set it for 20 PSI. So it's going to make a little noise here for a minute or two. But this will be the next trick. So what you're going to want to do to make sure the bead sits correctly on the rim, because if you see down here at the bottom, let me move the camera, it's pushing the wheel down. And sometimes if you try and fill it up this way, the bead on the bottom down there won't set correctly. So what you want to do is just kind of tilt the bike on its kickstand, get that rear wheel off the ground. Now you're going to do the same thing with the front tire, and then just keep it off the ground and just let it fill up. Let me turn it back on here and get her going. Okay, we're coming up on 20 PSI. This will shut off automatically. Let's go ahead and take this off real quick. But if you can see there, you can see that the bead has set properly all the way around the rim on this side. But make sure you check both sides. And yes, this side has seated correctly too. And that's it. Now all you got to do is the front wheel. Now you'll have to figure out a way for yourself to be able to lift that front wheel off the ground a little when you're putting air back in it. But that's how simple it is to put flat out in these tires and give yourself a little more peace of mind when you're out on the trail, that even, you know, if you get stuck by a goat head thorn or something that punctures the tire, that the stuff is going to just seal it right back up immediately. Now some people did have a question that if you don't ride it for a while, do you need to rotate the tires? No, you don't. This stuff stays liquid. It says it's good up to 10 years. You'll probably end up having to put a new tire on. Your tire will probably wear out before this stuff wears out. You don't hear it sloshing around. You don't feel anything that's out of balance when you ride. It just stays liquid. So when you do ride it, it just coats the tire as you go. So you don't need to worry about any weird weight issues or noises, or you don't have to come out every once in a while and spin your tires. You're good to go. All right, well, that's all we have on this video today. So I will see you on the next ride, garage video, adventure, whatever it might be. Bye.